Good morning, friends. How are you today? It's Tracy from the Creator's Loft. Welcome back. Okay, so last night, well, I should say yesterday, I finished up my Valentine's candy. Chocolate that I made. I like to make homemade chocolate sometimes. I have the molds, and I had some leftover wafers laying around. They weren't bad. They were still good. So I decided to make some candy for my kids. Kind of save some money. Use up the wafers. Okay. So you saw that I posted that they came out awesome and all that good stuff. So yesterday, and I apologize if there's a glare. I'm trying to get good lighting in here, and there's no overhead light for me, so I have to rely on like table lamps, and it just glares all over the place. So we'll try to figure something else out, I guess. I do want to put one overhead, but I haven't done it yet. Okay. So just bear with me, please. Okay. So as I was wrapping the chocolate in saran wrap, here it is. See it? In saran wrap. And I put the little twist ties on to hold it, and the tape on the back. I got an idea. And my idea was, I want to make a Valentine's box for my boys to put their chocolate suckers in. Stand them up. Okay. But it literally took me all day, guys, to try to figure out how to get a box big enough. I did go on the Cricut, and I did find a pattern, but this is the size box you get. Let's shut this light up. Bear with me, friends. That's better. Okay. Oh, there's my Nick. What can I do for you?
Heading out.
Heading out? All right. We'll see you later. Where are you going?
Johnson.
Okay. All right. My Nick's leaving. All right. So this is literally the size. Well, that's way too small, friends. What are you going to fit in there? A ring? So my idea was, you know how you get those square boxes of tissues at the store? And they come in the long boxes and the square boxes. Okay, so I took the square box and carefully took it apart, took the tissues out, set them aside, and literally deconstructed the box. Laid it out. Who doesn't have cardboard laying around? Come on, we've all got cardboard laying around somewhere. Either from Christmas still. I still have boxes, some boxes here. We got rid of a lot of them, but I still have some boxes here because I'm keeping them for the cardboard. Do you have an old cereal box would work. Anything that is flexible. You don't want it to be flimsy. You want it to be flexible. So what I did is I deconstructed the box. Unfold, laid it flat. And then took my piece of cardboard, laid it down on my piece of cardboard, traced around it, and cut it out. All right, so this is what we're left with. Well, that doesn't look much like a box, nor is it cute. So then I thought, all right, I've got it cut out. What am I going to decorate it with? I still have Valentine's napkins left and Mod Podge. So we're going to make the box together today. And I've already made one, so I know kind of how it goes together. And it's really not, you just need to score it. Make sure that you score it, and make sure that you score it on the side that you don't want to, that you're not going to Mod Podge the tissues on. Okay, so I'm going to pick this side because this side, see how it's kind of like where the tape was and everything? I want that to be on the inside. Okay, so we're going to score it here. So this is a side. This is a flap, if you will. And this is a flap here. And then this one here. You don't want to, and I'm just using regular scissors, guys. I'm not using anything fancy. No X-Acto knife, because you don't want to go all the way through. You just want to score it so that when you go and fold it, you have a crisp edge. Now, is it going to be perfect? No, but that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. And it's just something, I mean, the boys are just going to like toss it after Valentine's Day anyway. That's why I want it to be inexpensive. I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money because my kids, just want to make sure I'm getting this right. Yeah. They will probably throw it out. My one son, my oldest, probably won't even care that there's a tissue box or a box that has candies in. He'll just want to eat the candy. Okay. So we've scored it now. Now we're going to flip it over and we're going to Mod Podge. I already have my Mod Podge here and my paintbrush. And I have my tissues. They're not tissues. They're napkins. Already, make sure when you do your napkins that you peel the backing off. Remember, guys, if you don't, it's going to peel off and then you're going to wind up with just the white. So you want to make sure that read your napkins. A lot of times the package will it'll tell you right on the package whether it's 2-ply, 1-ply, so you know how many layers there are. I just want to make sure that these are all scored good. Okay, good enough. Okay. And like I said, you don't want to go, oh, you know, I always forget, and I did it with the last one. I did forget, and good thing I remember now. You want to score where it's going to come up to, because that'll make it a lot easier. And I almost forgot. See, this way. There we go. Okay. So flip it over. Take your Mod Podge. Now I'm just using a little plastic container here and a little paintbrush, and I'm just going to paint it on. And it's cardboard, guys. It'll work. Cereal box. Again, if you have a cereal box, that'll work. What else could you use? Oh my goodness. If you wanted to use a square tissue box, what I suggest you do, because a lot of them have the designs on them already, flowers or whatever. What my suggestion to you would be, if you want to do that, if you don't want to take all this time to make one, you have a tissue box laying around, Mod Podge some like white tissue paper over the top of the box first, and then because you want to block out the design, and then you can go over it. I mean, unless you bought Valentine's tissues, which I haven't even seen in the store, so I don't even know if there are any out there. So we're going to just Mod Podge here. We're probably going to need a little bit more because I did not add any Mod Podge to the container since I did the sample one yesterday. Then just lay your tissues. Your tissues. I keep calling them tissues. They're not tissues. Napkin. Now, what I do, and what you can do as well, is see how these flaps are here on the sides? I'll lift it up for you. One here, and then one down here. These napkins are not wide enough to cover both of those flaps. So I'm just going to pick one flap and cover it. And you can go back in with another piece of napkin. So don't worry about it. Just pick one side. And I just dab it. I don't push it. I'm not pulling it. We're just kind of pushing it down on our box. I missed you guys. I hope you guys are having a great morning. Brian's here with me again. Nick just left. He wanted to go to Buddy's house. My youngest son. So, Brian might pop in to say hi. You never know. And I know you guys know. If he does, he does. All right. So, get your Mod Podge. I'm just Mod Podging a little bit more here. Let's go this way. I know this is kind of like the boring part. I wish I could speed this up for you guys. So we'll just Mod Podge the heck out of it. If you find that it's taking too long, what I did with the last one was actually take it and pour it on and then just smooth it out with my paintbrush. Because sometimes I can be a little impatient. And I want it done. I really wanted to see if it would work before I came on here. And so let me know down in the comments, have you guys ever made these before? Is there an easier way than I'm doing it? I don't know. I did not research it. I just came up with this idea and then had to try to figure out how to do it. So there was no Pinterest for me this morning or even last night. Yesterday was just a freaky day, guys. It was really freaky. I did the candy. And then it seemed like it was one thing right after the other that needed to be done. It was crazy. Did you ever have one of those days where you just can't seem to catch a break? There's just one thing right after the other. All right, so this is what we've done so far. Okay, see it? And now I'm going to take another napkin and we'll go down here. Don't worry if it's overlapping. See how it's overlapping there? We'll take care of that in a minute. There you have a choice. You can either do what I'm going to do, which is just take it and overlap it on the other side. Because nobody's going to see the inside of the box. So it doesn't matter, if it's overlapped or not. If you don't want to overlap it, you have the right to cut it off. Take your scissors, cut it off. Let it dry a bit. Cut off the excess, and you're good to go. Now, the one I made the one I made yesterday, I actually didn't even wait for the Mod Podge to dry fully before I was folding it up. Now I'm not going to put any Mod Podge on the outside here on the top of the napkin like this, like we usually do when we do, like when I did my shoes or when we do the candles, because it's just cardboard, guys. If it's something that you want to keep forever, then by all means, go over the top. Like I said, knowing my boys, they'll say thanks for the candy and throw the box out. Which is okay because it's only cardboard. But it's an easy, simple way. This isn't very difficult at all to do. Like I said, just take one of those square boxes, you guys, and I'm getting Mod Podge all over the place. Let's pull it over here. Deconstruct it. I actually deconstructed it, traced it out on my cardboard, and then put the box back together with some hot glue, and it's back in the bathroom now. And the tissues are fine because I made sure when I took the tissues out that I did it very carefully and placed them aside so that when they went back in the box, they went back in exactly the way they came out. You can do this with a bigger box of tissues if you have a lot of candy that you're going to be giving. I don't have that much. So, what I have, this will work for what I have. But if you're planning on having bigger pieces of candy for Valentine's Day, by all means, use the bigger tissue box. And you can always stand it on end. All right, I'm going to do it this way because I want to make sure that we have no... And again, I'm just lightly pressing. You'd be amazed, guys. Cardboard and napkins. Who would have thought, right? Super, super easy. Now, you can see that I have the two flaps, one here and one here that are not covered. I have some extra napkins here, so what I did was just, again, take the backing off. Actually, I used this one. You can see how cut up it is. This is the one from yesterday. And I'm just going to... You don't even really even have to line it up, guys. Just do it the best. You're gonna customize this to the way you want it. What kind of napkins do you have? Now, I will tell you that I did not find any napkins for Valentine's Day in the dollar store. I actually found these napkins at my local grocery store. Because the dollar store, for some reason, they don't even have St. Patrick's Day napkins. I don't know what's going on, but I couldn't find them. If you do, you're better than I was, because like I said, I was shopping and I came across them in the grocery store, so I picked them up there. They weren't that expensive, $1.99 maybe. So it wasn't like I spent a whole lot of money. But the point is, the dollar store usually has them where the holiday stuff is. And not this time. They had a lot of, Christmas and Halloween ones. But they did not have any for Valentine's Day. So I'm glad that I had saved some, because it was like, what am I going to decorate this with? The kids aren't going to want, oh, great, you gave me a cardboard box. Who's going to want that? No. You want it to make it at least a little cute. So I'm just going to cut off some of the excess here. Again, if you've got excess, don't worry. Now that it's semi-dry, it's dry enough to flip over. Excuse me. Here, you're going to want to cut into where you see there's little indents here. And I'm just going to take my Mod Podge here and put it on the flap on the inside. And we're just going to fold it right over. You will be amazed, guys. You could do this for every holiday. And I don't even know. Like I said, I was wrapping the candy. And wow, I don't even know what made me think. I'm like, that would be so cool. Make something to put it in now. But then how do we do it? Yeah, sometimes I have senior moments, if you will, where it's, geez, how is that going to be done? I want to do it. How am I going to do it? I think we all think that way sometimes. We all have those moments. I don't have them very often, but sometimes. All right, so let's just fold it in here. Yep, Valentine's is, can you believe it? It's next weekend already? Holy cow. This year is just flying by, my friends. Flying by. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. So. And two, I know some of you guys are home still. So I'm trying to get materials that I know you guys will have. Brian? Hi, what can I do for you? Why don't you fix your shirt, my love? Fix it. Hi. You want to say hello? Okay. Hello. Hi. Thanks. Say hello. Where? Excuse me. Say hi. All right, go play. Go play. Go play. Excuse me. Billy, you brought the coughs to me, Bri. Oh, excuse me, friends. Oh my gosh. He's still in his pajamas. That's okay. We've had lazy days around here a lot. So that's okay. Oops. I'm moving my sign here. Not watching. I'm watching what I'm doing, but not watching what I'm doing. Okay. This would be great too if you've got kids at home. You cut out the box, have them decorate it. Does it have to be Mod Podged? No, not at all. Give them some stickers. Give them some stampers. Give them some markers and crayons. Let them go to town. Some kids are back in school, some are not. So, if your kids are still home, you could even use this as the art project. I know when my kids were little, I used to like to give them crayons and markers and paper, and my youngest son used to come up with little stories, and he'd want to have his crayons and his markers so that he could, draw them out, draw pictures, and make his own posters. And so this would be perfect for them to, here, decorate your box for Valentine's Day. It's coming up. Or even for Easter, so the Easter bunny has something to put your candy in. Super easy. I mean, you could, obviously, you're going to cut it out for them. But yeah, let them go crazy. Keep them occupied. Give you some sanity. And you can all sit at the table together. Or you could be making dinner and they could be sitting at the table doing their coloring. I used to sit my kids, we used to have a little plastic table in our kitchen. I don't even know who made it. We still have the table, in fact. It's upstairs in the playroom. My son uses it sometimes to put his drink on when he's watching his movies. Oh my goodness. Friends, it just doesn't want to this morning. Okay. So, yeah, we used to sit there and he used to, sit at the table, this little plastic table we had in our kitchen. I would be making dinner and my kids would be sitting there playing or coloring or, because they just want to be with you. All right. So it's not pretty, but there you go. We have folded over. This one needs a little bit more. Our ends. So if you didn't want to cut them off, they're Mod Podged on now. And no one's going to see the inside of the box. So don't worry about how messy or how imperfect it is. Oh, here comes Brian again. Brian, what can we do for you? You want to say hi to everybody? Is that what it is? Come on, say hi. Okay, hello. All right. You need to go play now. Go play. Go do something. All right. Go on. All right. Go out and play. All right. So now, where you've scored it, oh, he'll be back. Don't worry. You're going to start building your box. So this side here, which was the outer side, they're both going to come in and we're going to make a wall like that. See? Okay. And this one is going to come up. This is where you're going to need your hot glue, friends. So make sure you have a hot glue gun. This sign doesn't want to stand up. We're going to move it over here. Let's see if it falls down again. This is where you're going to need your hot glue. So I've taken just my thin hot glue gun. I didn't want to use the Ryobi one because I was afraid that it would, I don't know, eat through the cardboard. So I've got my little one here. All right. Okay. Thank you, Brian. All right. And so what I've done is I've hot glued it. Yeah, if we didn't stop him from coming in, friends, he'd be hugging me 20 times already. Which is, okay. So what I've done is I've hot glued. Now, is it perfect? No. But see how I glued it there? Okay. All right. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. So I'm just going to take my hot glue. Okay. And you're just going to take it up. And it's fun. It's just so amazing to me that it's starting to look like the tissue box that we now traced. You know, sometimes I amaze myself. Because things actually work the way I want them to. Which rarely happens. But, all right, so now the inside wall here. This one here. Okay. You see that? That's now going to come up. Everything you're going to do is going to go on the inside. Ooh, this needs to be glued more. We might need our Ryobi one, friends, so let's turn that one on. Because my little guy here is not, the glue is not holding. Could you use E6000 glue? Yes, but it would take forever to dry, so that's why I'm using the hot glue. All right, so we'll glue that one back on. And that's why I said join me, because I didn't know if it was going to be a fail or if it was going to actually work. So I wanted to try it first. So these two here are going to go on the inside. And it's a little tricky, but you could do it. They're going to come on the inside here. See how it's starting to look like a box? It's so, oh my God, I'm so excited. Now, that the napkin's ripping a little bit, not a big deal, because it's going on the inside. I'm going to need a little bit more glue here. Okay, there we go. Ooh, and watch, friends, it's hot, although not as hot as that Ryobi one. Not as hot as the Ryobi one, but it is still hot. Okay. Oh, all right. And what I've done is I'm putting the glue. This is where it gets a little tricky because you got to fit them in there. Okay. Okay. And you might have to hold it for a minute. See how it's turning out to be a box, friends? Look at this. Oh, it's coming out so much better than I had anticipated. All right. And try to push it up as much as you can from the back here without burning yourself. Because it's where you put the glue. But look at. Really? How awesome. And you can see how now these flaps here will then come in. Now this is up to you. I chose, I have glue all over me, friends, and this is why you want to score them ahead of time, because you want them to fold in. This is where I chose to glue it shut. Do you want to glue it shut? That's up to you. Do you want it just to close? Now, why is this one not folding? There we go. Here's the trick. These flaps here, okay, the side flaps from the top, are not going to go on the inside because they don't fit. Because if you look at a box of tissues, everything is on the outside. So these are going to come down and they're going to go on the outside, see? Like that. This little flap here in the front, here, it's going to go on the inside. So this is where Ryobi is going to help me. And be careful because he's a hot bugger. This one, this one, this one. Oh my God, guys, I recommend it so much. Number one, because it's cordless. And it can go anywhere. When I watch football and I'm crafting, he's the one that's out there. Because think about it, Tracy, before you do it. There we go. All right, so you got to put this, the flap in the front, you want to put the glue on the napkin because it goes on the inside. So you want to put it on the inside and don't burn yourself, friends. As I do. See how it's there? See how I did it? It went on the inside. So I'm holding it down just a quick second here. Get the glue off my hands. Ugh. Are you like me and you wear the glue when you glue stuff? That's me. Now, this box came out a lot better, don't ask me why, than the first one did. Am I still going to use the first one? Yes. Yes, I am. The one that I made yesterday? Of course I am. But this one, for some reason, is coming out a lot better. Maybe because I already knew what I was doing. I don't know. And the other one was the test one. I don't know. All right. So here you go, friends. Look at that. Is it a perfect box? No. But heck, for using cardboard and some tissue, I keep calling them tissue, napkins. Hello, napkins. Look at this. Now, how are you going to get the candy to stay in there? I cut a slit. This is the one I made yesterday. See? And I added a ribbon. How stinking cute are those? So, to add the slit at the top, just take your scissors. This is why you want flexible cardboard. Because you want to be able to get in here. All right, there's my, is the slit, I mean, if you want to be correct, correct about it, I'm just eyeballing it. But if you want to make sure that your line is straight, by all means, you can use a ruler. But I'm just eyeballing it and I'm cutting my cardboard slit out. Because like I said, my kids are not going to care that the slit isn't perfect. Now, this one's coming, I mean, it's coming in a little bit. It's a little bit cardboard, like, indented a little bit. That's okay. It's okay. So, let's add our ribbon. Here's my ribbon. I just got ribbon here at the dollar store. I believe this one's from the dollar store. I buy most of mine, so I'm assuming, yeah, I would say for 99% sure that it's from the dollar store. So all I did, and you don't even have to use ribbon if you don't want to. I just thought it added a little something, something. So I'm just going to add my little hot glue here with my Surebonder here. It's not Surebonder fabric glue, it's just regular glue. I bought the mini glue gun because I actually like the glue gun that I'm using for my fabric glue. So I thought, you know what? I needed a new mini one. My other mini one was not working. So I thought, well, I love Surebonder. And why are you moving on me? Oh, this is going to be the fail part, friends. Really? All right, get in there. And I just want this to cover up. Where are my scissors? There we go. I just wanted to cover up the, see how it looks here where we put the two. You can kind of see where the two sides came together. I just want to cover that up. That's all. So I'm just taking it and I'm lining it up using the same glue dot that I put on the back here. I didn't add any more glue, as you saw. It's just I put enough glue on the back. So here it lines up. You can see where it covers up where the sides came down. Now to make our bow, which I'm going to put on this side here, because this here, you can see where it went in, the flap went in. So I want this to be my front. It was the back, but now I want it to be the front because it's going to be a bow. It's going to cover it up. So let me move the box out of the way here. Let's put it on top of this one. Stay there. So you can see how I make my bow. I make a loop. Make sure I have a long enough tail. Now, is there an easier way to make a bow? Probably. I don't know of one. So if you know of one, please let me know. Because I don't know. This is how I've been doing them. So I do it this way and I add a little bit of glue in there. Oh, and watch, because it can be hot. Because you were doing it blindly. So there, we'll do it like that. Whoops. Oh. And again, glue on me so it's sticking to me. All right. So we have our one loop. Then I take and I make another loop. So I'm going to cut some ribbon here. Come here. Okay. And we're going to make another loop like this. Is it a perfect bow? Nothing I do is perfect. And that's what crafting is. That's what makes it unique. If everything was perfect, it would be boring. Right? So, I'm just going to add there. Now, one tail is longer than the other, see? So we're just going to eyeball it again. And it's, oh, stop sticking to me. Who would have known that hot glue would be the problem? Right? Okay. All right. Here we go. And I'm just going to eyeball it now again, now that the glue's off me. There. So here's our bow. Okay. Take our box. Decide which side you want to be the front. Oh, must be something funny over there on his iPad. Because he's really, really laughing over there. And just glue it on, my friends. Now, could you use Elmer's glue for this? Of course you could. Of course you could. But there's our Valentine's box, friends. And the candy, whoops, will fit nicely in there, right? Now, if you wanted it to stand perfectly up, I just had another idea. You for sure. Do you have some foam? Styrofoam? Art, floral foam? You could stick it in the box before and wrap the sides around the foam, and that way when you stick the whatever candy these have, the sticks, if I did that, they would be sticking up like this. But I've got enough to put in here that it'll be okay. But you certainly, I mean, that would be a great idea. Stick the foam in there. They stick right in the foam. They stick up. They don't move. I wish I would have thought of that ahead of time. But whatever. It is what it is. But there you go, friends. Out of extra cardboard I had laying around, I have 2 not so perfect boxes, but good enough for my Valentine's candy to go in. So I hope you try this. Try it. You saw how easy it was. It took us what? No time at all. And as long as you, whatever tissue box you're going to use, carefully, if it's empty, oh yeah, then fine. You can just take it apart and use it as your template. If it's not empty, like mine was, just take the tissues out carefully, set them aside, and then deconstruct your box. It really came apart fairly easy, and then went back together just as easy with my little hot glue gun here. So now it's back in the bathroom and nobody even knew that I took it apart. So, and here I am with my 2 Valentine's boxes. So thanks for joining me this morning. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your afternoon. And I will see you soon. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining me.